Hey, hello. Sorry, I forgot to remove the overlay. Um, Hi, how are you? For me, it's good night, but maybe for you, it's good day. So it doesn't matter which time zone you are. I'm so glad you're here. And I'll see very low attendance. That's weird. It's first for me. I'm assuming it's because it's Monday Night Football, and we all miss football a lot during this off season. And I promise, I'll make this quick and very funny and very interactive for you to enjoy joining me here. So I would like to know if everything's fine. Please let me know here in comments for you all that are here. And well, no comments yet, so I'll start with the topic, right? Let's talk about Firebase. I don't know you, but sometimes I see now a comment. Hi, Alberto. It's good to see you again. It's really nice to see you again, Alina Joseph. Thanks for joining me. Good day, mate. Good day. So, thanks. I really appreciate it when you comment here on my streams. And well, hi says K4680. Thanks again. Um, Following, sorry, I got distracted so fast. Cloud, yeah, right. I don't know you, But when I have to do cloud tasks that are on Google Cloud, for example, or AWS, they have a very huge catalog. They have lots of things. Yeah, I have to say, mostly end up being an app engine on our uh, how to say it. Yeah, the Google Cloud one was App Engine. The AWS one, I think, was EC2. I don't remember well. The thing is that they change it over time. They change the documentation so frequently. Um, I don't want to say it's bad because, well, they're doing a lot of effort, but sometimes it's confusing. Um, I find very confusing to use cloud services in most of the ways, like the bigger ones. Even DigitalOcean, that's not so big. But yeah, I find confusing to use them. It's not that intuitive. It's not that plug and play. It's not um, easily connected to your repo, like for example. Um, and so I'm assuming a lot of people started to feeling the same way as I am, or well, as I used to, and they released like these serverless services. I don't know this gesture with the balloons, but yeah, serverless. Sorry, and that is not meaning that you don't have a server, or that doesn't make sense. It means that you don't have to worry about them. And self-hosted, for example, services like Heroku, the Vercel, which is great. I have to say, I have all my projects on Vercel, um, and well, so on and so on. In this criteria, there is a cloud service that I just love. And if you have seen any of my streams in the past, I talk about this a lot because I think it's so good and so easy to use. I swear, it is not like those things people says is easy because they use them a lot and you try it and it's so complicated. No, I swear, I swear, this is so easy to use. I'm talking about Firebase, of course. Fibers, I don't know like the history, and that could be very interesting to know. Like if they were a separate company and then Google bought them, I don't know. Um I don't even know why there is like Firebase and Google Cloud or GCP. Um, But it makes sense a lot when you start using Firebase. Many people say, like, why don't GCP directly? Well, try Firebase. It's so easy. They are things like call apps, for example. Well, and I can explain, but I think it will be better to show you. So let me open my tab, well, my browser tab, and look for Firebase. Oh, and start sharing my screen, of course. So here we are, and we look for Firebase. Firebase, it's of course a Google product. Recently, they changed the icon, and I don't know. I feel I missed the old one, but okay. I need to get used to the previous one. It was this one. I don't know if you see the difference. Okay, but don't worry if you find this or this. They are exactly the same product. for you don't confused. And these are some examples that I was talking about. For example, the Vercel, Netlify, Heroku, and those kinds. But for example, Vercel and Netlify are just for hosting. GitHub has GitHub Pages, which helps you serve static web pages, like static files. But if you want to do more complicated things or more complex stuff, I will recommend Firebase for life. Let's open the page. And let's change this to English. I mean, this is taking Spanish because it's my native language, but let's make it English. Make your app the best it can be with Firebase and generative AI. They are like now just pushing the AI stuff with the Gemini and things. Yeah, the Gemini, but you don't have to worry about this. They are even pushing TensorFlow because it's another Google product. But in this case, the main idea here is to help you perform certain things like very common in web development. For example, building, running. What else here? For example, the options they have: build and run. Well, in most cases, these two. Testing this, that I will add another one. Oh, your voice echoes. Your voice echoes. Oh, let me try to change my mic configuration. Give me a second. Okay, I changed some configuration here. StreamYard even has a feature about echo canceling, so it's supposed to be better now. Can anyone confirm on chat, please? And thanks for flagging that. I see some more comments. Hardboy23 says, "Hello, good morning, my neighbors. Hello, good morning." Well, for you, I mean, it's 9 p.m. for me. I'm assuming there is even later for many others, but thanks for being here in the morning. Is this the same as the next fibers from hero to hero? Is the content the same? No, we have a little confusion there, but this is part one, and next will be part two, and next part three, and so on and so on. We will have 4 sessions for this. I will include that on stream names for you to don't confuse it. Thanks for asking that question. But yeah, this will be not the same content of the next ones. Next ones will be the continuous part of this. And yeah, the intention is for you to know the tool, but also to build something with the tool. So we'll be developing a project, and you will see how easy it is to have things here in with Firebase. For example, and returning to what I was talking about, we have build and run things. How we build these products. They help these products, but these can be. Wow, you hear that? Sorry for the truck noise. Yeah, I think we can continue now. Well, um, it's loading. Okay, I think my internet connection just blipped a little. Okay, let's reload the page. We have the app checked, app hosting, authentication, cloud functions, cloud storage, data connect, hosting, Firestore, Firebase ML, and Jenkit real-time database. I'm going to tell you what I've used and how you can use it, and what we are going to use for this series. We are going to use app hosting, of course, because our application it needs to live somewhere in the internet. So very easily, we are going to deploy our app, and that will be ready to use, and that's it. Sorry, what does this mean? What's deploying an app for you if you're new in this web developing world? Well, when you start building your web page, you probably create developer servers, meaning your page lives on localhost. And once you run your server, you can access it in your local host and even share it if you don't know it um, with your colleagues that are connected to the same network as you, like playing in LAN, right? They just need to do some config and access your IP address and slash the URL where you're exposing your page on the same port, and that's possible. But for you to share it with the whole world, like to post it on the internet, you need to do that running of a server that is connected in internet, right? um, and that's deploying an app. Well, Firebase makes it very, very easy, and you just need to run some one or two comments in the CLI, and you will have it once it's ready. Another good thing about this app hosting is that if you have a domain, you can access it and connect it to your web page. For example, we in the hackathons that are part of the majorly hacking, we usually have domain provider partners that gives you access to a free domain, to a .tech, .co, well, other extensions there. But yeah, that's the app hosted. Authentication. We can think of an app that needs a login, a way to recognize which user it's connecting, their credentials, the name, for example, if it has a profile picture like me here, for example, this is my my Google profile picture, right? So that's needed authentication. Many use authentication a service like why you have to worry about encrypting the profile's data, storing them on a database, etc., 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 where you can use one of these services of authentication, right? This is not the only one. I mean, we have our great partners of OutZero, but this authentication from Firebase, it's just good to go, very easy to implement. And you will realize that if you're using all the apps here from Firebase, the connection it's just seamlessly. Does it provide authorizations beside authentication? Yeah. Um, and we can start exploring more about this. Simple multi-platform syncing, and we can manage this with, for example, the Google credentials. I think Facebook one or Meta. But well, we'll need to check this again because there's been a while since I used this. Um, Sorry, I always forgot to display the messages here. But yeah, then now identification, app hosting. What else? Cloud functions. We're not going to use this in the well, I mean, I didn't plan it, but if we have time, why not? Cloud functions are like Lambda functions for AWS. You can store a piece of code in the cloud and trigger it with actions, and well, that's very powerful. But that's the easy way to explain it. And what else? Cloud storage. What's the difference, for example, with cloud storage, real-time database, and Firestore? The thing here is the three of them are databases. Cloud storage, it's meant to be for big, like for big files plus cold storage, things you normally don't access that much, but mainly for files. And besides using, for example, a drive and very manually have to mount the drive disk, etc., etc. Well, cloud storage, it's great. You have to serve static files and you have to store them in somewhere. Um, Imagine your applications needs to upload evidence of, I don't know, like delivering a product. The delivery guy takes the photo and the application takes it, and instead of uploading it to your regular database, you upload it to the cloud storage, and in your database you just save the URL of the location, and that's a better and more efficient way of storing that, because reducing the size of the database, indeed, it is just a good practice, and having the big files in another type of storage, well, that's the big difference here. And what's the real-time database, you may be wondering? Well, real-time database, it's more frequently used for IoT projects, for example, and things that want to store just the latest value. And for example, I used it in a project that an IoT device, an Arduino board, take readings from what was like weather. I don't remember it well, but then I needed. No, I remember what it was. It was a robotic arm controller that if I like um, roll the Arduino board, the arm moved in one direction or another, and the continuous updating of the value was triggering the motion of the robot. Um, well, not like that triggering, but it was reading the value all the time and moving according to that, and that's it. So that's the big difference between these three. There are databases. Is it possible to use both cloud storage and real-time database at the same time? Yeah, actually, it's possible to use the three of them. It depends on your imagination and your needs. Like, for example, for me, I needed to imagine a project that needs to use the three of them, like in a good way, and I could I could not. But I'm assuming there are projects that they do all three of them because they need to store big size files like pictures or video, for example. Or imagine you're building a dashboard for IoT device or whatever, while you need the real-time database to store like or to be sending continuously the readings. Um, what else could be? the cloud storage for storing a video of the reading recording, let's say, for mention something. And well, for everything else, like for everything else, the Firestore, which is the regular database. And I have to say, I didn't mention this Firestore. It's a Firestore it's a database that it's NoSQL, and it's very similar to Mongo, meaning that it's based on documents. And well, thanks for the question. That was really cool. What else? The Oh well, this is new for me actually. I didn't see this before. The app hosting and the hosting itself. I will have to check the differences. Let's do it. And well, the new integration, the Firebase ML, it is the option to use TensorFlow models here directly. The thing I really liked about this is that it's not possible for use in web, just it's for iOS and Android. Another thing to mention here about Firebase is that it's very focused for mobile devices. So if you're mobile developer that uses things like machine learning, out hosting, etc. Well, Firebase it's a great tool for that. But yeah, we will not be using this because we will be developing a web project, not iOS or Android. See here, for example, how these ones are for. hmm, well, they have an icon when you can check if this is here, for example, iOS, Android, web, even C and Unity for this one. So that's another thing I use. For example, I use this Firebase out for a Unity game in a project, and the teacher was so um, amazed because he didn't see anything like that before. Like, how do you manage the database and the connections and the authentication and everything? And I just say like, I use Firebase. It was really easy. um, like the amazing thing was the time because it was in a very short period of time. Not doing the authentication. Um, can we say that it helps us build serverless applications? Yeah, exactly. That will be a good description. It helps us build serverless applications. And a lot of things that are common in developing, like the things we mentioned, the databases, the authentication, the hosting, etc. Firebase provides it in a simpler way. So these are the new features. Just to check the run ones. This I don't use them a lot because well I don't have a right reason for that. That just I don't use them a lot. But you can check the cloud messaging, Crash Analytics, Google Analytics, of course, Task Labs, remote configs, A/B testing, in-app messaging. These are the ones when the product already is done that helps you implement changes on the run. Like this, for example, the remote config one. I think this is very powerful for what I read, but no, I haven't tried it. So you can check that. So, nice. Now, how we start? Let's start. If you're already here on the landing, you already Googled Firebase. You click the first search that throws. You next need to go to console button, I think if it's your first time, it will ask you to accept some things. In this case, here you will see the projects. I recently deleted all my projects because I wasn't using them anymore. Uh, I just can't delete this one, and you may be wondering why. I once used this project because I was learning how to program actions on Google, like my own Google bot for Google Assistant, but I don't know what happened with that support of the page. They used something called um, how it was called. It should be here. You see, it doesn't have anything. Like it's completely empty. But Google have another service that I can't remember the name. And now if I want to delete them, I need to give permissions in the other application, but the other application doesn't exist anymore. So I'm in the loop there. um, but yeah, I delete all my other projects, and you should see something very similar like this. So we are going to start creating a project. If you want, you can check the demos they have. Hmm. You can check it later. Here, create a project. What's the name of this project? We're going to call it Global Hack Week Cloud. Um, 24. Continue. Hey, Hugo. Nice to have you here. We are not going to add analytics. Um, Again, no big reason for that. And this will be creating our app. And this can take a while. It depends on your internet connection. I waited here like for 10 minutes. But now I think this is going too fast. So that's cool. Great. So we can continue. And we have here this. We have compilation, execution, and the analytics. Let's click on web. Let's call this app. Um, what can be nice? Mm, I mean, what I was thinking when I decided to give this stream is to build with all the tools I have available. Well, we have available. The ones I mentioned, hosting out, Firebase, well, Fister, sorry, um, and the other one was what was the other one? Old clouds. Oh yeah, the cloud functions. And for that, I thought of this project of a to-do list, but a very complete to-do list. And I don't know if that sounds really, really interesting right now. I've been thinking of more, but for now we will start with the out part and the landing and the web page and all the setup for that. So I think I still have time for think of the rest. So that's why I think the name of the app can be a little. Something sassy like Global Hack Week project Projecto. Let's call them Projecto. We can already add the hoisting thing, but I'm not doing this right now because I wanted to cover later what's the difference between Firebase hosting and app hosting. Um, I will check this offline and talk it next session. Mm. This this is very important. Okay, let's use npm. Um, well, let's start creating this project, right? So let's open Hyper, which is my terminal. I have this folder here that's Global Hack Week Cloud, and here inside Global Hack Week Cloud, we are going and Qt mm, Firebase project. I see the stream you're like got interrupted. I think fine. Uh, like, can you hear? Hey, I think I'm back. Yeah, I don't know. So sorry about that. Hey, sorry. I was just kicked out of internet. Did someone have the link that he created the project from? Um, do you mean Firebase console? I can share it. Give me a sec. Yeah, I think I'm back now. Um, Suppose internet is streaming right now. Um, Many bars in internet. Okay, thanks for joining though, and for writing and everything. Now we can continue. I was here. Well, no, that's not true. I was here. I don't know if you see that I created a new folder, and I just open it here, and then I was just going to PM init Firebase project. That sounds fine. Fine description. Um, and interactive project learn Firebase. Entry point, test common, git repository, not yet, keywords not, author, algorithm, 47. Yep, license. Okay, yep, nice. Then we can npm e Firebase regular. Yeah, let's make this bigger so you can watch it better. It's loading, and we can add an entry point that's index.html, and another that can be index.js. Let's add some code here. Um, HTML5. Let's create what could be good. Um, the Firebase project. Script. This script will be called here source dot index. Yes, and here I'm just going to pop up alert my code. I'm going to create a live server. My code, okay, everything seems to work fine. Um, Now we can go back here to Firebase and copy all this. We already have Firebase, and in our index we can copy. We import the Firebase app. We initialize it to products that you want to use. Level down config or API keys. This one well, in your case, you will have a different one, of course. And don't try to use it. This is mine, and I will be protecting it. And after the session, I'll be deleting it. What else? The app with D initialized, and now we have our app. We can inspect what this is. So let's do that. Well, I created this, but it's unattached. Let's attach this here. What am I doing? Sorry, I sometimes go too quick and I don't explain. If you have any question with anything I done or I am doing, please ask me here on comments. Um, Returning here. I created the HTML file, which is the markup language for the web page, and I connect it via this tag, which is a script tag, to an index, to a JavaScript file. In this JavaScript file, I first created an alert, which is a function that displays just that, an alert on the browser with a message. That's for me just to knowing that everything's fine, right? Once I do that, you saw that I click a port here, a button here that now says port 5500. And this is a plugin called Live Server. Uh, what is that? You may be wondering. Well, instead of creating my own server or running these files manually, there's a plugin called Live Server. No. Um, well, I have installed. I have to check live server. Here is launch and deploy local servers with live reload feature for static. Um, in old ways, I could create something called no daemon. I don't even know if that exists or it's now incorporated to Node directly. Uh, but before these things, I needed to create and run my node environment every time and with every change and reload and things like that. This plugin or this extension make it easier. I know there are many ways, but it depends on you and how you feel comfortable. This works fine for me. Is it needed of using? Is it instead of using? Okay. This is a great question. It is instead of using Apache. Yeah, for example, Apache is a way you can create this server and run your local files. Um, and I haven't used Apache in my life. I've done it directly with Node and creating the Node server. Um, yeah, you can do it. I mean, of course. Um, what else? For example, with Django, if you know Python, and there are many ways. Again, but you just see how easy it is just use this extension. I just clicked here. It opened my port, my local host with the port I'm using, and I have real-time changes here on my web page. Nice. Then I added the rest of this code that it's the app initialization for Firebase. And now I'm just writing a console log to see what's inside this. Sorry. Again, I sometimes take this too quickly, but here we are. Um, hmm. um, okay, okay. This is not showing the console log, right? Okay, but let's not worry about this. Let's return to this. Let's go to console. And now, if we mention that we are going to create the authentication first, right? So let's create that authentication. Let's start. And we are going to use this with mail and email right now. As you saw, um, we can change the access method to things like Google, Facebook, Game Center, Apple ID, GitHub, Microsoft, Yahoo, if you still use it or people still use it, um, uh, Google Play, and you can add your personal authentication method, your providers with SAML and OpenID connector. That's heavy. I mean that's for uh, really advanced things. Let's stay with just email and password, right? So we enable this, and just like that. So that's it. It's configured now, so we can add more things like this. For example, if we want to verify the mail and password with an email, let me see if I can change the language here. I don't know why this is in Spanish. Maybe I mean I know my default language is Spanish. Um, Well, I will translate it. Don't worry. Sorry for you to have to read this on Spanish. It's in English, like here. Okay. Um, okay. While you do this, while you get to this point, I will need to make a quick break. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, right? So prepare, like set up your Firebase project, enable authentication, and be prepared with your project like this, right? So be back. Hey, I'm back. So let's continue with this on how to implement. There is an usage. We haven't made any connection yet, so should be fine. Config, um, authorized domains. In this case, we have global head a week cloud 24.web app, the local host, which is enabled always by default, and these two are the ones that the app gives us. What else? Um, I think that's it. I haven't tried this since Google released Gemini, but let's give it a try. So here, oh, hmm, I thought it was like an assistant to. Oh, I thought this button was this one. Like it's very confusing, right? They have the same icon. This is what I wanted. I wanted to ask like things about Firebase, and let's see if you and I can ask. Um, okay, we have until September 13th to try this for free. Um, oh no, I don't understand if this is until September 13th or November 8th. Okay, let's start. Why not? How can you help me with Firebase? What are the projects, per group test limits? How do default values work in the remote config? Oh, that's very interesting. Let's start with this one. How can you help me with Firebase? Okay, very long answer. I want something shorter. How can I connect my my app with Firebase authentication? Firebase authentication. Okay, it takes a lot of time to load. Um, Add a Firebase to your project. If you haven't already, create a Firebase project in Firebase console. Add your apps to your Firebase project. This involves providing information about your apps, such as its package, yeah. Install the SDK, set up authentication methods, implement the authentication. Okay, this is okay. Here's some more detail. I'm doing this for the web. I expect that plain JS. It's plain JS. Come on. It takes a lot of time to load. Um, Set of Firebase project we already create. Download configuration file. Little Firebase config. Yes. I think that's the same of this, like the Firebase config, so we don't have to download anything. Add Firebase to your HTML. Initialize Firebase. Const the Firebase config in your this thing. Initialize Firebase. Enable authentication methods. We already do that. Okay, let's start creating this. And Gemini was so slow. Now, Copilot, give Gemini a listen. Um, Create login page. You see, that's how it's done. Very quick. Okay, we need to add some styles here because this is so ugly. And this was um, I always forgot the name of this tag. Um, yeah, link rel. Oh, nice. Okay. Based on these tiles, correct the HTML for the plugin. Okay, login container, login heading, login input, login button, and should look very different right now, right? Yes. But some modifications here. Inspector. Enable form. And then what's this PR? Okay, login container, padding. Well, I need to change then this padding 0. Okay, very better. Yeah, let's change to a Firebase red, like the coral. Oh, my bad. This was here. Right, now much better, except that liked coral. Border. Oh, come on. Box. Box shadow. Um, yeah, with this, I think that's enough. Okay, we style this a little just for being fancy. We add this forms input, and now let's return to what this mentions about the out Firebase from Firebase out, and what comes. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this answer. How do I close this? If I close it, no. Okay, thanks. If I close it, I don't lose it. Authentication. Okay, no users yet. So home config of these. Okay, cool. This is the one we want. The Firebase out. And here I can change this to English because it will be easier for everyone, right? So this mentions something about the get up, right? Firebase that out, and this is some similar. So out will be const call Firebase dot out, and just let's add this document dot get element by ID. This will be login button, login button dot what will be this document dot get element by ID dot um, add event listener submit the console.log clicked on login. And let's add these out just to inspect and the app. I don't see the output, so I'm doing something wrong. Let's delete this one just to make sure of something. Okay, we can change this to click. Okay, type submit, class login. This type its button, and this reloads the page. So let's check again the out functionality. Out package gets the out app, initial outs app, initial adds an app instance with fine-grained control over dependencies. This is a function that allows more control over the out instance than get out. Get out use specific if you need control over. No, I probably don't need it. Get out, and we pass the app. Okay, now we have this out. We need to get singing. Okay, singing. It's supposed to have a method called singing with email and password. But let's do something. Hmm. The thing here is the JSON with token import. No, how long does this? Okay, February 23, not that bad. Mm, most of the magic happens with the function as soon as your DOM has load. Okay. Mhm. It's already here. We have Firebase initialized. Maybe this one. Okay, time is running, so I will check something very quick. But I need to make another pause, people. So I'll be back in 2 minutes or less. I promise it will be less. Wait for me a second. Yeah, sorry, I'm back now. Yeah, where we were. Five is out, get out, sing it with custom token. Yeah, so what are we doing? Const out, get out. Maybe we doesn't need to pause anything because it mentioned that if we don't, um, well, that's weird. Add a Firebase to your JavaScript project. First is create a Firebase project and register your app. Yeah, register your app. Install. Okay, const app. Firebase app. Access your Firebase app. This is supposed to be initialized. No, get out. Yeah, it receives an app. Mhm. Okay, here this should works. I don't know why it isn't. Okay, the out, and then after that, create user with email and password. Create user with email and password. Then the create user with email and password function receives the out, the email, and the password. Then user credentials. I'm going to console log that user credential and the catch with the error handler. Okay. Next, singing existing users. Set authenticate server for blah blah blah. And they have this snippet codes. Um, Authenticate with Firebase. Access Firebase into app. Okay, let's start closing tabs that we don't use. This we use, this not use, this not use, this we use. This is the example with following. Google sending and new sending manage user powers authentication, password authentication. Oh, there's this one with pre-built UI. Okay, read email and password. We can delete this. I think this is the same. So, and this at Firebase we already covered this. do you want as EMS Firebase? This is ancient, so we can close this. And well, the thing here, oh, I don't want to use. Okay, let me do something quick to see what I'm doing wrong. I'm guessing, to be honest, that I cool. What I'm trying to do is access both on client side, whether I need to create a client and a server side, and that's just me being lazy using the live server. But I'm just a guess. That's just a guess. Like I want to improve that. Um, mhm. I think I'm missing the. I mean, I need to use these CDNs. Let's try with these CDNs. That's not the package. Get GA static. But I mean, that doesn't make sense because I have that on the package JSON, right? Firebase, even a greatest version of that. So, no, I don't think this is. What else could be Firebase? Firebase console. I have this with this the Firebase out, the create user. So I'm going to add the document dot get element apply ID, and the ID again will be login button, but in this case I'm going to add the event listener to be for click, and the function will be this create user mail and password, uh, but the document. Well, let's ask the pilot to get email and password from form. Well, this is the same, but outside. Okay, it's supposed to be it. Let's close this and open it again. I mean, shouldn't be that. So let's try with Alberto.camera. My password will be 123. Login. So if we come here and we check the out, no users yet. Yeah, no users yet. Can it be the Firebase import? I don't think so. Yeah, this is the half login button. It's just the same. Yeah, it was the same. I think. Script should be here just after the body. I think I'm missing a thing that it's webpack. Dot config dot yes. Yep. Entry source index, not just index. Uh-huh. Now need to add another dependencies, which is Webpack and Webpack CLI. Nice. Now npx web. Now I have dist, and this dist probably is the one I need to go live. Nice. Now let's try this. No, no, I don't want this. Okay, let's come again here, reload. Okay, no users yet. So, no, it wasn't that. Hmm. Let me try another thing. Outside the form, I'll add another button that will be ID login Google. And just like that, with the index, I will try these, that is Google Cloud Provider. Uh, document get element by ID login. How I call it Google dot add event listener. Click Google out provider. Um, yeah, nice. Cloud provider, and this sync in with pop up. Okay, nice. It was added, and this receives the out. And what else? The provider, of course. And then um, we can do the same. We receive the user credential and an error if it doesn't happens how we want. So last thing here, it's allowing the method access method. We allowed Google and we say yes. Okay, time's running. So come on. Nice. We close this. We go to the index. We open this. We click this. What does the function says? What? 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 Okay, the problem is JavaScript isn't loading. Okay, let's leave it here. And I promise to continue this tomorrow with the solution. Um, so I know time has come. Sorry for that, but it was just a lot of fun to in discovering the new changes to Firebase. And well, we continue with our creation project, and I will be adding the identification method in the part two. So thanks, and I'll see you for part two tomorrow. Bye, people.